My name is Frenchie Garcia. I teach 4th grade dual language, reading and writing. Our dual language model in the classroom is 50%, 50. So I do 50% in English, 50% in Spanish, both for reading and for writing. We monitored their lexiles to see which language they were stronger in and transitioned them to English, most of them. So my class is quite diverse. I have some dyslexic students, I have a couple of SPEDs, I do have one deaf ed student, and several GTs. And so it's a very good group, good mix of group, and all of my students tend to help each other out, work with each other, and they don't really recognize their differences. It's all just very united.
So your vocabulary that you did. Scour is one of the words that you guys are going to see and achieve today. What was the definition? Did anybody find the definition, Liliana?
To search an area.
To search an area.
So as my bell ringer, I tend to do a Freyer model with one of the vocabulary words that I feel like they're going to struggle with, that may not be a common word for them. Because they are dual language students, they're not exposed to a lot of the academic vocabulary. So I chose a word that wasn't in their glossary, but I thought this might be something they're going to ask me about. So then in the Freyer model, they look for synonyms, antonyms. We discuss how to use it in a sentence. And then I go into the vocabulary of the lesson. And I try to scaffold it with Spanish words, cognates, because they rely on their Spanish and sometimes they don't remember to use it when they come across unknown words. So it's just a constant reminder for them. You have that extra skill of bilingualism. Use that to figure out these unknown words.
What part of speech was it? Eileen?
Verb.
A verb. Okay. Synonym.
Like polish. Like polish and clean.
Polish or clean. Okay. What else could be a synonym? Look at the definition. What else could be a synonym for it? Darla, help her.
Search.
Search. We could say search. Okay. So what would be the opposite of search?
Oh, no. Lose it.
Or it's a popular game that you guys play.
Video games. No. Hide.
Hide.
Oh.
Okay. All right. How can I use scour in a sentence? Josue.
The police secured the building for clues. The police secured the building for clues.
The police scoured the building. Okay. What's another sentence? Dalia.
Garcia scoured for food.
Miss Garcia does scour for food all the time. Okay, so we'll say Miss Garcia scours for food. Okay, any questions on what that word means? All right, some of the other vocabulary that you guys are going to see in the Achieve article. Censo. You guys know what censo is?
No.
Censo is the cognate in English. So census, censo es casi igual.
Wait.
So
We're going to do that in Spanish.
we're going to do it in English. But this is a cognate. So you guys are bilingual, so you have that option. It gives you extra tools, guys, to know what a word means, right? Because you can pick apart pieces. Remember, we see pieces of the words that we know sometimes. And we're like, oh, that sounds like this word in Spanish. They've got an extra tool that you get to use. So, censo and census. You're going to see the word census in the article, but it's the same thing as in Spanish, censo. Censo es la lista de una población de una persona o animales. Okay, so whenever they want to know how many people live in a place, they do a census. Now, they're not going to go door to door and say, how many people do you have living here? How many people do you have living here? No, they're going to send out a card in the mail, and then they'll say, put how many people live in your house, and then everybody mails it in, and then they figure out how many people live there. Okay, so that's one of the words you're going to see in your article, census. You're also going to see crustacean. Now, look at the word crustacean. What picture is next to crustacean? Right over here on the board. A lobster. So what do you notice about that lobster? Look at the definition. It says a type of animal with a segmented body. What does that mean? Dale.
Without no bones?
Okay, so it didn't have bones. And what does segmented mean?
Oh,
Liana?
100 legs?
Okay, so it's going to have several jointed limbs. It's going to have, the body is going to be into pieces. When it's segmented, it's into pieces. Okay, so you see the lobster has the little lines on it. Okay, DNA, ADN, same thing. What is that? Josue?
The song?
No, there is a song by that, but that's not what it's going to be used like in this article. The blood, okay, what's running through your veins, okay? You're also going to see a specimen, species. Okay, that's another cognate, so it's the same thing as Spanish. What do you do?
Species is like the kind.
Okay, the kind of something. So you see these where they put little samples inside glass tubes? That's what they call species. So they're going to study species, okay? And phenomenon. In Spanish, fenómeno. Right? Same thing. What does phenomenon mean then? Phenomenon. Santiago?
Like it's something good that happened or something that they found that's good.
So un suceso extraordinario, sorprendente. Okay, so guys, as you're coming across the vocabulary words, if it's a word that you don't know, think about it. Is there a word in Spanish that maybe it sounds like, that it's spelled like? Because there are a lot of cognates, so you can use that tool, okay? All right, so what do you think we're going to be reading about today? Based on the vocabulary words, what do you think we're going to be reading about today?
Types of animals.
Okay, possibly.
Like oceans and stuff.
Okay, possibly. Dalia?
We're probably gonna learn how there are different species of animals.
Okay, different species of animals. All right, Santiago.
The different kind of species of lobsters.
Possibly, we had a lobster in the vocabulary. Okay, so we're gonna learn about the deep cold sea. Okay, so in today's lesson, you're gonna read about how scientists are investigating the icy waters of Antarctica. Said that they have photographed mysterious creatures in the murky depths. Some of the creatures were collected for further study. Scientists are taking part in a program to take a census of marine life and map life forms in the ocean at the far south of the world. So you see there's our vocabulary word, census. And what did we say census was?
Just go.
No, what was census?
Lobster. A search for plumes.
That's scour, but what about census?
How many people?
How many? But are they going to be counting people?
No.
What are they going to be counting?
Animals.
Okay, and the animals where specifically?
In the sea.
So in Antarctica. Now today's target skill is summarizing. Okay? Now remember, summarizing is something that we had trouble with on the benchmark. It's something that we are still struggling with. So I want to practice it over and over so that we can get really good at it, okay, before start. So when you're summarizing, remember what's in a summary.
Some ideas.
Okay?
The characters. No, not the characters.
What's important for our summary? What does all our summary have to have?
Present idea. We want about to what?
That is for fiction, but we're going to be reading expository. So, Ileana?
The author's purpose.
Okay. When you guys do your summaries, what are we putting in there? Roberto. The main idea. Okay, so remember to put the main idea in your summary.